How that end, y'all? I think I done lost my man. Uh, oh yeah, yeah, the river's dropping. There you go. This weather done got rough, y'all. I looked at it a while ago, and it's saying it feels like 96. And there's a lot of boats out there, and I just figured I'd come down here and film a few minutes. You know, like hoping it'd cool on down. I've been in the camper all day. Oh, hello there, hello there. Hello there, everybody. I really ain't seen this many boats down here in a long time. Tammy went out, but I didn't go out. I was planning on going fishing this morning. And I stayed up last night late worried about all this mess, you know. Not about Pink Stink. He's nothing, you know. You know, my family, you know. I like, you know, get off to sleep a little bit. And then my mind jumped on it, you know, wake me back up. Hey, they got them nice truck, ain't they? If I had plenty of money, y'all, I'd probably have a truck just like that. But I don't. And this time, I went to my settings and looked at my display. It just won't light up, you know, no lighter than what it is. I barely can see it. I just let Grandma Helen get over her anger. I don't know if she will. Now Tammy's at the camper. Yeah, I was talking to Tammy a little bit while ago. I mean, you know we got it made, you know. For just normal folks, you know. But I guess, like, we so spoiled, you know. And I guess that happens to everybody. And my daddy used to tell me there's 3 things you gotta do. And he said you gotta work, and you gotta sleep, and you gotta play. And like right now, boat riding he would consider playing, you know. Camping he would consider playing. But he said like, hey, we know you out there, boy. He said like if you do too much of either one, you're messing up, you know.
I don't think it's as hot as it was.
Hey, it's hot though, Tammy.
It ain't cool.
You know this bench is hot.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm gonna show y'all a boat, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all a boat. See this boat on the bank? Make sure I've got it in there. I can't even see. I can't see it too good, but there's a boat there on the right pulled up at the bank. And it's kind of funny looking. And him and his wife was down there, me and Tammy was down there, and he was talking about he was talking about that boat. Okay. Too hot to sit out here, Tammy. So it's a used boat, and it hadn't got no propeller. I said, how much you get for that boat? He said, $27,000. That's a lot of jack, y'all. And don't get me wrong, boy. If you get out there riding, hey, you can make it pretty good, you know. Especially especially if you stop and swim a little bit. You know, there's sandbars down here, you know. And you can stop and get out on the sandbar. And we used to do that, you know. But we just didn't want to today. Well, I didn't want to. Hey, Tammy went out. Steven. But you can't hardly fish on the weekends here or at the lake. It's just too much traffic, you know. And this first day it ain't rain. I think me and Tammy gonna keep the boat on the bank today. I mean, you can go out there and ride at night, but easy, you know. And it's fairly cool too. It had tower time. Yeah, I heard that like you can message on YouTube now or something like that. I don't really know nothing about it. But like you could do that on double T. Just lay around and rest on it. Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of boats out there, boy. We've been watching TV, Tammy, but she's been, you know, like back and forth to the bed, laying down, resting. I've been kind of watching TV, and I come outside a few times. This shit, hey, I mean, it's ridiculous. Told Tammy we probably fitting to change up, boy. Probably am. I mean, if you come down here, you got to get in that river quick. Because, I mean, you'll be shot out in a few minutes. I'm telling you, you will. Boy, that truck there running good. Yeah, I mean, like, if you come mess around, you know, like a few minutes before you get in the boat. I mean, like, you know, like, and see, I've had a heat stroke before. You know, I mean, in 15 or 20 minutes, I mean, you just blasted, you know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I've been noticing all these girls down here, because I've been out here a few minutes. They all of them got the string up the bikini. Every one I've seen. Well, you couldn't pay me to do that. You couldn't pay me to do that. And I wouldn't let Tammy do it neither. Everybody's their own, you know. Hey, I don't care. I'm just saying. I wouldn't do it. What is it, bro? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I heard you kind of running.
Nah.
Or it sounded like, might have been that young in there.
Yeah, he's hot-footed.
Yeah.
I used to be like that, and then I picked up weight and slowed down.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's when that truck driving got me.
Uh-huh. I forgot where I was at. Oh, yeah, about the bikini. Yeah, hey, I noticed they started up there at Lake Sinclair a few years ago doing that.
Where are you at? Oh, there you go. Sitting there at the boat ramp.
I think I know this dude, but I can't remember what his name is. Well, I'm telling you, I am glad that boat motor is fixed, boy.
We'll be here.
I ain't got to go out there and fool with that thing no more. When I was talking about changing up, and probably fit to go nocturnal. Stay in the house all day. You know, you can like go to the lake and you can go to Lake Sinclair and fish at night. You don't even need to get there till about 8 o'clock at night. You know, about like when it's fit to get dark. And you know, it ain't real hot. And boy, believe me, I done it a many a day. I wished I knew how many miles was on that little boat I got. I was going to show y'all the tongue of it where you hook the latch. It's just about pulled through. I mean, it's that wore out. And it was a big old thing you hook to. It was a big old thing, boy, but it don't like much more and it'll be pulled through. Hey, I do want to tell you, I appreciate y'all coming in. I've been debating on 2 hours whether to come out here and film or not. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I've been thinking about it for 2 hours. And I know it ain't nothing real exciting, but it is something, you know. I'm glad you did. Y'all going to the Lake Sinclair next? I don't know. Hey, we got our spinning rods and all that, you know, and Stephen brung our spinners. We got spinners, we got bait. Tammy found a little lantern in the camper. I got my front boat light put on. And I guess we just gonna have a lazy night, you know. Danny, okay, how about some night fishing? Hey, yeah, we'll do it, but like, I don't know. I mean, really and truly, y'all, see, I can't go like wide open. And when I say wide open, my wide open's 4 or 5 hours. That's about all I can do. But like, I can't do that every day. I was telling Tammy a while ago. I said, boy, you gotta wanna go outside bad to go out there now, don't you? She said, you got that right. And y'all on the chat, like, I can't see it good, like, I can see it on the computer and stuff. Oh, you know, outside, you know. Y'all know how it is looking at your phone outside. Yeah. Yeah, we probably. She said Stephen won't go to Sinclair. And I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
I mean, there's a sandbar right there.
You know, Chris, the man that runs this place, he was telling me the other day he got in a fuss with his brother down here. And right out there, you know, with the river drops on out, you know, that sand got near about to go all the way across the river. Be right over here to the left. See that pole where the island is coming on out? I mean, that'll come all the way out. And, you know, it'll go sand near about all the way across the river. He said they was down here fishing on the weekend. He said, I really don't mind the fishing during the week. He said, but on the weekend, you know, these boats coming in and leaving and coming in and leaving, and they got spinners throwed all out here, and I've seen them out there a bunch of times. They got to fuss about it. And I think Chris is right, you know. I say, most people are not obnoxious, y'all. And they don't want to pull up there and you got corks throwed all out there in the water. You know what I'm talking about. And you know, they just don't want to mess you up. You know, most people's good people. These people down here, they good people. You know, you got to be a pretty good person to be a member down here, because they'll throw you out, and they just throwed a bunch of people out. But he said, if you don't like it, go to the board meeting. And his brother went to the board meeting. But they backed up Chris, you know. You know, the man that's down here. They backed him up. But I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, stuff happens, though. And, you know, I'm thinking about all this stuff and everything, you know. And people do get mad, y'all. And some people get mad a lot, you know. And people do get mad with their mom. Their mama do get mad with their son or daughter. You just don't hear about it, you know, a whole lot. But people will get mad, you know. Hell, all the time. I'm not somebody that is always losing my temper. And I don't lose my temper much. But I still, even if I do lose my temper, I still ain't in control, you know. I mean, I ain't slinging stuff and all that. And a lot of times when I get aggravated, there's something to be aggravated about. Like that boat, I didn't ever get aggravated at it, you know. I did get frustrated, you know, like just doing this and doing that, man. And just doing. And doing some of the same stuff twice. Yeah, I got frustrated doing it, but I mean, I wasn't out there slanging stuff and all that stuff I'm talking about. My mom used to say, well, they will get over it. Yeah. Tammy says that a lot. If I do get mad, you can't mess with me much. You know, like, it will make me worse. People come down here, y'all, they bring their dogs. And I hear that, hey, I hear trucks cranked up everywhere here. They was coming in here today, boy. They was coming in, and they was coming in, and they was coming in. I mean, a pile of boats and stuff. But this boat camping life, y'all, you know, it's you don't really need nothing else, you know. Camping, going boating. I mean, you don't have to turn around and go to Six Flags and then, you know, go to the Grand Canyon, and you can do this over and over, you know, and then say you're not always doing it. You're at home sometimes, you know. And then it's really not very expensive, you know. And you can pick up a cheap camper. You can't get a good used camper pretty cheap. Now if you go to looking for one, they're gonna all be high, but like if you just sit back chilling, you can pick up a decent camper. And you can pick up a decent boat and motor. They sell them all the time, boy. So it's not really real expensive, you know. How you doing, bro?
Good, how about you?
Pretty good. You know what I'm talking about? It's not really real expensive. I mean, you eating You know, you eating and smoking cigarettes home. You know? And this is 20 miles from the house. Shoot, Tammy done been to the house and several times. You know, going to getting something or something, you know. I had us parts ordered, you know, for the motor. Stuff's coming in every day, and it like wasn't high price stuff. It's like, you know, fuel line, and I bought a fuel pump, an electric fuel pump, and you know, bought a front light and just little, not very much or nothing, you know, but some of the stuff I needed. We did have to buy another umbrella.
I know, I got bud all over the time.
If you out there in the sun, you've got to have an umbrella. I was out there the other day and I got that boat going too fast and that umbrella come out of the holder and I caught it with my hands while I was in the air. I caught the handle. I don't know how I can do that, but I can. I always like had reflexes, but I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold on to it. But you know, like you talking about an 8-foot or 10-foot umbrella running 15 or 20 miles an hour. I couldn't hold on to it. I had to just let it go. But we had to have another one. I reckon Tammy brung it. Now it is $15 a night down here. And it was 12. But there's 2 air conditioners on that camper. Running wide open. Except at night. Because, I mean, it just simply gets too cold, you know. I mean, last night I had 2 blankets. I didn't want you ever been too cold to get up and turn the air conditioner down or turn the heater up. Us men, you know, we'll sit here until the last minute, you know. But it like get cold in there, you know. And there'll be another big crowd here tomorrow. And I see a bunch of people that looks like my daughter, you know. I'm gonna show you this girl here. It looks like my daughter. Look at that. Look at that in that white hat. I mean, looks just like her. I see a bunch of girls that look like Christina. Like all the time on YouTube and TV and oh yeah. You see me and Tammy. Yeah, look right over here, y'all. See, that used to be us, you know. I had the youngest and I had the extra youngest. They pretty much had our youngest and extra youngest, and we pretty much had pretty well me and Tammy And then you're about always, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 12 adults, you know. But it seemed like that time's passed, you know. Yeah. It seems like them days is gone. Then we get old and if we look, yeah. And you know it. Me and Tammy don't have nothing pushing us no more, you know. And boy, like I'm telling you, boy, like, yeah, that's right. We look, we get old. That's exactly right. You know what I mean? That, we ain't got the little youngins, you know, no more. My grand-youngins is grown. The ones I'm real close to now. Christina's got some grand-youngins, but like, they live on the other side of town. And, you know, we don't see them a lot, you know. Like Stephen's youngins, you know. I wish I could do it all over again. If Phoebe and Harriet, they used to go to work with me, you know. I didn't know. I didn't actually get up there swinging a hammer like what you might think. I pretty much was the brains of the outfit, and you know, you got to make an appearance. Go by and make sure the job's going good, and you know, I didn't hardly hang around there, you know, after so many years. Got where I didn't have to hang around the job, you know. I go by there and talk to the homeowner and say, how's everything looking, you know? Looking good, Danny. When y'all gonna be through? Hey, I don't know. I don't know if they'll finish today or tomorrow, but they said, well, I got your money. I got your money. When you get finished, I got your money. I said, all right. Sometimes I go 3 or 4 days, you know, before I go get the money. Because, I mean, I did like give estimates and stuff, you know. And then, you know, simply wasn't worried about the money, you know. If it was money you was worried about, you'd be over there, like, hanging around in the front yard, you know. My brother says it went away on me. Your chat on here just disappeared, you know. You know what I wish they'd do down here, yo? I wish they would put a swimming pool in. Now that, me and Tammy would be out there I'd be doing cannonballs and stuff. They had a swimming pool down here. I've been thinking about that place where Stephen's been going, where that lazy river is. He said they had a pool. And I used to keep a pool for the Stephen and Christina, I go buy one of them $175 ones every year, And I do that about every, just buying a $175. And I'd get out of that dump truck, no air conditioning. I'd go straight to that pool and run and jump in it. Them days is about gone now. And I did think about going down there to Rock Springs today. I really did think about going. But I bet you there's people. Hey there, how y'all doing? All right. See how friendly everybody gets here? These are good people. All of them. You might see a couple of women might get in a fight every once in a while, I just joking. I ain't never seen nobody fighting down here. But yeah, I thought about me and Tammy riding down to Rock Springs. That water's real cold now. But I bet there was people all out there. I bet there was people. Today as many boats as out there. I expect there's, just probably had it swamped up, I want to show y'all something I ain't noticed until yesterday. And I asked Tammy, I said, have you ever seen this? She said, yeah. And I said, and you seen this? Yeah. I said, how long ago? I ain't never seen it. Let me show you. See that tree right here? It's got a shower on it. I need to go over there and get under that son of a gun. I need to go get under it right now. About all these motors down here is brand new, y'all. And I bought my boat, the boat and motor brand new, in 1989. That's how old it is. I wouldn't know, but it's got a tag on it. It's got a little sticker on it that says 1989. But boy, we have skied uh, you know, the riding the knee board. Man, just miles and miles and miles. Well, you can take a shower too, 'cause it's got a shower head. I did go. I got some faucets out here. I did go stick my head under the faucet a while ago. Do you like the devotions? Oh yeah. Oh, I hear another boat come. They got this boat ramp down in Florida. You'd be surprised. You know, they got a live camera up all the time. You'd be surprised at how much I sit there and watch that. Sometimes in the morning time, people putting in, and there's a lot of people putting in too. You'd be surprised. Hey, I may have 50 people watching, no sound, you know. Well, you could hear like the bugs and stuff, but you know what I mean, there wasn't nobody talking. Had 50 people watching the boat landing. That catfish Kyle, I seen him out here yesterday, you know. That son of a gun went home and made a video. He caught one catfish about 30 pounds. Caught two about 25 pounds. And I mean, and he put the video up later after he got home. But I mean, you gotta give him credit, boy. And he catches fish. And he ain't playing around. He ain't playing around talking, shooting a bull neither. He's fishing. And he does good. But I can't hardly make myself want to go fishing. And like, if the river keeps going down, you can forget put the pontoon boat in there. And I was also thinking, you know, so this landing has been down for months. And it's been raining a lot. And today's the first day it ain't rained that you actually can put your boat in. And that might be why so many people's here. How's your granddaughter, Tammy? Tarina? Fishing is fun. Danny, I'm just not taking, let's see. Danny, I'm not just taking my catch off the hook. Oh, you mean you don't like taking them off the hook? You go with Steven, you don't have to. And I'm sitting on a bench, y'all, concrete bench. See that bench right here? That's what I'm sitting on. It's starting to get hard to. I come down here one time, a long time ago, and I pulled up down here, and the caretaker then, I got out the river to cool down. That's what we used to do that, a lot, And I got out there in the water to cool off, right here at the landing. That caretaker walked in and said, "You can't be swimming down here." I said, "I'll swim in this river all I want to, and there ain't nothing you would do about it." They can't nobody tell you can't swim in the river. I don't care. I don't care whose land it is going to the river. They can't tell you can't swim in the river in front of their land. And I knew that, And I would have got out, If he'd have wanted to, I would have got out. I would have got out on the concrete there if he'd have wanted to. You know how everybody's scared, y'all. They do a lot of big talking standing over yonder. Everybody does. Or men do. Then you start running toward them or walking toward them. Don't think they won't tear out running now. But they'll make you think they'll tear you apart. Just standing over there listening to them from a distance. It's happened to me quite a bit. Like that man, talking about can't swim. Man, he's wrong. And we used to go to the, every day we'd get off work, and I had a woman work with me too, And she was a pretty woman too. And we'd go down there swimming after work, jump in and cool down. It helps a lot to get out, to cool your body down. And then, we'd go home, But we might hang around there 30 minutes or something, swimming. We'd all get in the river. Police come down there. Saying the same thing as the man down here. You can't be swimming out there. Like, he can't say, I called the law. He was the law. Man, they was mocking him and stuff. And, he said, come get me. And they did this girl working with me. And like I say, she's a pretty woman. There's this guy that worked with us. He was always trying to get a date with the girl. She didn't like him though, and he was. If you knew him, you would understand why she didn't really like him. He laid out of work. He laid out of work, and I went around and got her to agree with it, and everybody to agree with it, and everything. And I said, man, you should have been with us. Diane went swimming, and Said she took all her clothes off and jumped in. And I mean, that just about tore him up, boy. Which she didn't go. I don't think I don't, really don't think she hardly ever went. She drove her car to work, and I don't remember her going. But we told that guy, that she went. But he missed it because he laid out of work. And all the rest of the day, he was saying, hey, y'all. Hey, we gonna go swimming today? We was all saying, nah. Hey, Diane, y'all to get Dan and let's go swimming today. She said, nah, I made a fool out of myself yesterday. Boy, I mean, hey, boy, it about to tear him up, and it never even happened. But like he didn't, I don't know if anybody may have even told him. I didn't tell him. I heard somebody down here talking about him the other day. That the one I'm talking about, the girl didn't really like. Like say, if you was around him pretty good, bitch, you would see why nobody really didn't hardly like him. And he was like that when he was in school too. Yeah, y'all give me a thumbs up. Because I am burning up sitting down here. Dang, boy. I don't see but about 5. Hey, probably about what you see right there is the trailers up here. What you doing, Chloe? Cricket? These dogs, y'all, they do not like for Tammy to go lay down. Tammy, she shut the curtains. That camper, that son of a gun's got curtains all the way around it. The front window, you know how they are. They got them where you can be in there and walk around comfortable. And the dogs are sitting there listening. Tammy's back there in the bed and the dogs is listening. They barking. And they all going from one seat to the other, jumping up on the back of the couch. They can't see out, I see Tammy's done opened the curtains back up there. But they couldn't see what was happening, It about to drive them crazy. And but they do not like for Tammy to go back there and lay down. But the women always, the women can't hardly, the women can never hardly sit down and rest, I mean, that's probably been like that since the beginning of time. But I mean, they give her a fit, boy. Woo! Now, I do want to come back down here when the river drops on out some more. I mean, we have been spending time, and I'm going to go spend some time with her. You need to worry about that. Boy, like, we have plenty of that. Judy, what else you? We've been in the camper all day. I just come out here to film this. She went out with Stephen on the boat, and they wasn't out there long. You better believe I'm gonna go in just a few minutes because I got to. My backbone is starting to feel like it's kind of being pulled out. If I was in a chair, I'd be all right, but like a bench, I don't know how in the world that them women, like the cheerleading thing and stuff at school that lasts all day long. I don't know how them women would go sit on them benches all day long. But they did. I mean, I've been there before. I had to go, boy. But look here, y'all. It really looks like it's about over. I was going to tell you, there is some campers here. They just ain't down here where we at. Now there's our camper. And see all the open land out there? And there is some campers back up there. I don't know why they like to get back there, Might be because it's shady, Cause them air conditioners in them campers, trust me, they work overtime in the sun. When that camper's in the sun, but then it's still a good bit cooler than it is outside, but it'll warm up like when it's like hot. It'll warm up, but it ain't real bad, But then, like I say, the older we get, the more spoiled we get. You got to have one of them little tables that you spread out and like you set your food on. Got to have your table. You got to have everything right there where you can reach it. You got everything, every kind of thing you could possibly think of laying on that table. Right there, where you ain't even got to get up. Got your glass of water or something sitting there. I know it ain't many of y'all that would do that. It's only me. I want to tell you how I appreciate it, y'all. I'm fitting up. Believe it or not, I'm just getting hotter and hotter. You look like pretty well about all the boats is done took out. That's gonna take out. That's probably people camping that's got their boat out there. There y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.